This is Tiger, and today I will be going over where we at here. Well, I think I screwed up here. Okay, I am on today. I am looking at bidspotter.com. Okay. Um, there's several. If you get out there and if you're looking around, you're gonna find a lot of auction companies out there. Are you looking for equipment, cars? So everything depends on what you're looking for. Um, so right now, let's see here. Who we at? Okay, all right. So this, hang on. Sorry. I guess this will take me to the page I was just on. Yep. All right, there we go. And of course, I forget. I hate this picture. I always got to put picture in picture because it shrinks down the page size for no reason. Um, and um, anyway, all right, let's get back on this thing here. Okay, so I go into the main page and I just type. You type in the live auctions, and you scroll down through. Um, you scroll down through the thing here. Now, because this is an international company, you've got you got to source it out here. So I'm looking at auctions that are in the U.S. Um, honestly, I don't have the money to go fly down to Mexico, drop 20 million, and come home. Right? That's just that's my sad truth. All right. So what do they got here? Okay, so you got a tool and die company here out of Addison, Illinois. That's ending. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm starting next week. Um, oh, wait a minute. Okay. All righty. There we go. Sorry. I had reset the thing. So, depending here what you're looking at, where you're located, what you're gonna find. There's just there's a whole realm of things, and some things you're going to find interesting, some things you're not. It's it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go in real quick here. um I guess this is like a consignment thing here, where they've got regular gigs that they run every month, quarter, whatever. um and this stuff's going off tomorrow. So you can, one thing you can always do is you can go in and with most sites, you can see the current bidding price, even if you're not registered. And, you know, you want to get an idea, what am I up against in this thing? Because when I buy things, I want to, um, a little research, really. You got to be prepared. You scrape together and I'm going to buy this thing on all or they're hard to M5 111. That's at 11 grand right now. You got this rotary rake here. It's at 500. Um, now when you get down, you got these bucket lifts. Um, Cargo box. There we go, buddy. 2100, 2200. Now the question is does it run? Um, it drove into the line. Okay, that's what they're telling you right there. It drove into the line. Sadly, that's disappointing. But the other thing is that when you do something like this, you have to plan to get down there and check this stuff out the day. Usually the preview is the day before. So if you're gonna, you got a vehicle like this, what are you gonna do? You're gonna tow it home. How much work are you willing to put in it? Do you have that knowledge of I wanna drive it home. Well, for me, I'm in Cincinnati, so, man, boy, that's gonna be, 1,200 miles, is it ready? What about tires? What if you get down there and you find out you need tires are shot? Vehicle runs good, but, well, not every place is gonna put these tires on because, that's other issues, right? So, you just gotta, be prepared for these things. Okay, so this is also a government auction. Um, they got some police cars, Ford Escapes. Um, I like the SUV right here. Um, boy, somebody had a Ford Toyota Prius sedan, 30. The background in this, I do look at the little excavators. Um, I just kind of when I'm there, I just kind of take a minute and browse, just to see. All right. So, all right. Um, Pallet manufacturer. Here's a tool place, the largest hand tool manufacturer. Doral Home Mattress. Okay, so Doral makes a whole crap ton of brands, and they do mattresses. Signature Sleep is probably one of their bigger lines, and they're for whatever. I guess they moved it overseas or something because they got this facility here, and it is closing. A lot of big machines. It's got other stuff. Um, Grocery warehouse, little racks, just all kinds of stuff you need for a grocery store. Um, okay, where are we at here? I looked in at this woodworking thing yesterday, and I don't know. I'm not gonna put up 5 grand just to potentially buy an item. Just didn't work for me. Now, this auction here is was not a big one. It's down in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I guess they just got regular thing, they just go ahead and just get stuff up as they want to get it out. Um, uh, this freeze, I think there's a freezer. Um, that seemed like a good deal. Um, a blast chiller. Here's a 2 door. Here's a heated cabinet. Um, a banjo burner. Here's you a Bun coffee maker. So really here, I mean, there's some stuff that's, like for an oven. You got some Cleveland ovens, that's what you're going to get your bagels. You got a steam oven so you can, you know, get that get that extra brownness that you want, or for whichever purpose you're using steam. So not an impressive auction. I mean, 32 items. Somebody's not going to go driving a long way for that. Cannabis equipment, um, not, I really don't care. They're going to come and go. They're going to get into this phase. You're going to start seeing these people dropping hundreds of thousands and they go out of business. Um, Up in Vermont, construction and mechanic tools. Um, I like this. I'll be honest with you. Um, it value's going to be. I don't know how this is going to sell. Sucks. You should be, it's a lot of seven, but that's how they do it. So, you just tap on here. Uh, um, I'm not, I have not used this. I'm going to claim ignorance. Um, okay, so I'm guessing that it is just your one bid for the 12, not bid times 12. And you got to be careful. They'll jack your account up in a minute. In one bid for the items, and so that's not a bad deal. So they got a lot of nice little stuff here. So if you're within an hour, 2, 3 hours maybe, they I'm not sure about the spreaders. Um, I don't know. I mean, it could be a consolidated auction, where they just brought in stuff from all around. All right, get back here. Yeah, multiple. Okay, now this auction I am interested in. Okay, um, so this is in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And for me that's a 3-hour drive. So for me, I'm interested in this. I'm gonna have to get registered. This Where are we at? Today's the 7th. um this ends Thursday. I gotta look at the pickup because I'm supposed to go out of, yeah, I usually go out of town on Friday, Saturday. uh Show auction details. Important information. Removal dates 14th through the 17th. I like that. Okay. That's going to push me through till the next Monday. So that gives me time to figure things out. Okay. Oh, I always have to hold for a second. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, but nature calls. All right. So this auction here to me, uh, as a you know as a little, I don't know what you want to call me here, but I'm on the low end of this totem pole, and um, this has a lot of value. Um, s- there's a there's a lot of things that stuff up. But when you find the right auction with the things that you know how to move, then can slide in and you don't have to spend five to $10,000. You can get away with 500 to 1,000 wherever you're comfortable. Now, when you go into this, you better be prepared to spend 500 to 1,000 at a minimum because you need to get stuff to sell or because you're out to make money. Wood filing cabinet, yeah, uh-huh. $5. I bet that $5 bid wins. All right. Milling machine, it's at $20. Okay. Um, rigid table saw, $30. That's a good deal. Plexiglass cabinets, labels, I'm not sure for what for. Okay, bandsaw blades. I'd have to look that up. I don't know what a Colette is. Sorry. Um, I can't know everything about everything. Milwaukee stuff. Okay. I mean, this is, all right. Master Flex, in the food processing, pharmaceuticals, and I don't know who else. This is this is standard, right? You just don't. Yeah, they Master Flex. A lot of that they make your pumps, and they also make the tubing. At where I worked here at Teva, they just had this little rotary pump where you had these two gears, and they would just squeeze the liquid. That's how they ran it. They squeezed the liquid, and you just had to, you know, whatever was going to be left in the tube. Okay, that's because it wouldn't force that out. It was, you have to have an in feed for the out feed. Abrasive belts. Now I'm looking at these belts here. The Masterflex tubing, I have to check the price out. Um, those are like you can do them on eBay, but if you got the right stuff, now I'd have to consider, how who's the buyer on this. Um, that's another thing right there. Who's your buyer? Okay, forklift. It's up at $105. Now, we'll tell you, I am interested in the salamanders. Okay. Now, granted, when I looked them up, do yourself a favor, learn to copy and paste. Okay. So when I copy and paste, those things run for 500. So I gotta reconsider because they're all assembled. They're gonna take up more space. All right. Here you got the abrasive and the wheels. You got I was looking these up, and the 9 boxes, 50 belts per box. There's value in the belts, the blades. Okay. Um, these cloth belts. Um, here's a polishing wheels. Um, tumbling. I don't know about that. Sanding belts. Um, I'm sure if I went up the day before, I'd really have a better understanding of all this. Um, okay, so these belts, I forget, I pulled them up. There's here we go, Carbitron, Cubitron. I think that's what it's not. Um, these got value. You got 24 boxes of 25, and the value on the boxes was like 700 bucks. I will tell you that I have bought things like this before and not sold a darn thing. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. Uh the rest of this is not so appealing. Um, so if you get the things you're looking for, great. If you don't, you don't. All right. Food and beverage, Culpeper, Virginia. Printing and plant support equipment, online only. Package of printing equipment. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Um, 16 uprights. Okay, pallet racking. Yeah, guys, I used to get some of this stuff periodically and I always sold it really fast. But your problem is so many businesses have closed that there's a lot of this on the market. Let me tell you what, these guys got this stuff and it had they want top dollar and it's like, yeah, it's not there, guys. It's you're not the only one, right? If you was the only one, you'd be nice and pretty, but I don't think you're pretty, right? You're just not pretty. You need to get some lipstick on that. And so uh there's a Lincoln Welder. Other than that, um, you know, and that's a buyer for his company, and he comes in and he starts seeing like, you got these transformers. They're like, "Oh yeah, man. Okay, great. You're gonna really help your company out." And so, as a buyer, you've just got to be with that and say, "Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna happen." Um, okay, California, I hate that part. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip over to this for just a minute. Um, oh, well, darn. Okay, so they canceled this one. And I was interested in this Kroger auction because they had some little floor scrubbers that I liked. Um, but they have postponed indefinitely. Wow. And then tomorrow, here comes the rest of that furniture auction. Um, then it's back to stuff I really don't care for. Okay, all right. So this coffee place here, um, you're gonna have to have rigging. Contents of the shelf not included. Wow, that's a lot of they probably end up just getting this stuff in before the stuff with building closed. They just had other, selling off stuff. Okay, a big double coffee urn. We used to use these in the army. Bun U3. Huh. I think it's like a 5-gallon thing. We had the big coffee filters. Um Coffee grinder. Oh man, boy. If I was a millionaire, if I was a big millionaire, I'd go buy my own truckloads and I would have some guy come in and just grind a pound or two just for air freshener in the house because to me the smell of fresh ground coffee is wow, love it. Absolutely love it. Oh man. Ah, coffee bean display dispensers. Wow. A dollar. Honestly, now these grinders are cool. Kroger used to have these all the time, but they did away with them. So, uh, and nowadays, really, you've got like Dutch Brothers is opening up one of them, and there's like 7 grain or something like that. Um, Containers are all empty. AirPods. I like my AirPods. I take coffee with me. Okay, guys, why do you have a waste tank for an RV in with coffee? I mean, that doesn't give me that doesn't give me that happy feeling. Uh oh man, there's a van. Uh yeah, not a lot of confidence. I'll say this. I have noticed on Bid Spotter that a lot of this they have given a good condition listing, for vehicles, runs, doesn't run. Um, I mean, that's a lot better than, you just hoping that it runs. Wow, nice truck. Hoppers, big old grain hoppers, man. I have there's a guy on YouTube, Graham Stevens. I think that's and he has the coffee bean or uh the iced coffee hour. They do interviews. Got a couple million followers, right? And he started his own coffee company, and he made a decision that it or yeah, I think a friend of his had a coffee little business, making coffee and all this, and they just shut it down. It just they just weren't making money out. I mean, they were, all these years into it, 7 years or something, and they were like at zero. So just wasn't worth it. I hate to say that, but that's how it is. Yeah, okay. All right. Nothing there, I guess. Uh let's see. April. Okay, it's down in Apopka, Florida. Dang. Sam, grocer, Shreveport, Louisiana. Hydrogen fuel cell systems. Okay. All right. And here in Cincinnati, coming up here this next week. Um, they've got this stuff here. So I'm definitely gonna be looking at things. Um, absolutely. Oh, come on. All right, here we go. Here's a big motor. Here's 2 motors, man. Them suckers, they're heavy. Um, they come crated, ready to rock and roll. Dehumidifier, vacuum pump, air compressor, 10 gallon, 20 gallon. Okay. I'd have to look up the brands. I know Ingersoll Rand. These are, I mean, this is a 7.5 horsepower. That's a big puppy right there. Air dryer. Huh. Wow. Look at that. That is a big fat welder trailer, little cart. That ain't a little cart. That's a trailer. Let me tell you. All right, so here you got a 500 amp, 350, 450. All right. That's some big puppy stuff right there. Spot welding gun. Finger brake. Okay. Now this here, that'd be cool right here. This looks like a cutter. Oh, it's a pressure washer. All right, little benchtop drill, some transformers, shield drive isolation. Okay. I'll tell you what, I looked these up. I thought these would be more valuable. These uh forgive me. They were like $3,000. Um these alternators. They were like 3 grand. So I don't know. For me, I mean, as heavy as it is, um, I'm just not that interested. Um, just it's how it is. You're either interested, when you look at it, you go yay or nay. All right. So this was really this sucker here, the bid is 10 grand on it. Wow. Um, an 18 model. Huh. Doesn't say running or not. I'd have to go by and visit. Luckily, that's quick one. Now, I will tell you this. I am interested in these right here. Oh, parts only. That sucks. Dang it. That just sucks. That's you can't because you can't see it in the title line. Ah, man, boy, got me excited for nothing. Forklifts, chargers, clamps. There's a cart mule. Ah, we got here battery pack, battery chargers. I think the chargers would have some value. Um, that's a good size bat charger right there. That's looking at the thing, that's got three three parts of the pallet. Here's your bigger battery packs. And one more. All right. Let's see what they got up here. A pie company. A dispensary. Um, I'm not sure. I don't know where that is. Tank and vessel manufacturer. Uh, okay, so these guys here, they run these little auctions. A lot of times there's stuff out of Evansville, Indiana. Um, welding equipment and more. Final sale. Holy crap, man. That's I'd have to look that up. I mean, I'm not sure. 200 no, 3,300 hours. Now I'm not sure. Uh, I'm not a welder, so I'm not. Wish I was, but I'm not. So I don't have the insight on this. Will Miller Matic. Huh. Okay. Hilti. Good brand. There's one there, and then there's one there. Oh well. Sometimes, uh, it's just not right. Wish it was. I like that toolbox right there. There's more from the fuel cells. Chester, Virginia, retirement, man. Triton trailers. Cookie line. Looks like a cookie line right there. Or maybe buns. What is that? I'm just curious. 1,500 gallon. That looks like tortillas coming out the oven. Got your walk across. Bag closing machine. Pizza conveyor. Yes. Because God knows we need another pizza line. Rademacher. Man, okay. I've used, man, that's been many years. Rademacher and Rion. Years ago, Rion was the biggest one. Rademacher came along and took a lot of business. Took a lot of business. Laminated dough, really. That's what they are all about. Oh, all right. And boy, they got a lot of auctions going on here. Let me tell you. Looks like some real old test equipment. Commercial roofing contractor. Okay. They got a lot of trucks going on. Here's the fuel cell. Powhatan. Oh, okay. All right. Purple Intellibed. Okay. Another brewery. I looked at these bikes here. The retail on them, Max, was like 2 grand. Uh, Electric bikes are not the best business to be in, to be honest with you. Um, this the construction company here in Richmond, they had some nice trucks out here. This one had I think was at 20 grand. There was some others that were obviously lesser because they show the best one. Amy Lou, Glasgow, Kentucky. I was kind of looking at this. There's a lot of parts there, but unless you know what's really unique, you're gonna be stretching it. Oh, paper mill. Oh, medical knife manufacturing. Okay. Wyndham Indoor Shooting Range. All right, yeah, drive up to Maine. You'll spend everything there. Okay, yeah, this is one of those they run in these quarterly, so I guess it's just like, yeah, bring it in, we'll run it through and um let it go. Covina, California, Glendale. Um Flash Fire Pizza, Boca Raton, Florida. Fort Lauderdale. You got a man, they got big printers in here, buddy. Belt roller. Candiva. Surplus pharmaceutical. We'll look at that stuff later. Van Drunen Farms. Great Lakes Cheese in Wisconsin. All right, guys, wrapping this thing up here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you figure out who you like, who you don't like. And we will talk to you later. All right. Thank you very much.